Today we're being joined by Jacinta Baldwick yet again from the Brisbane Lions AFLW Football Club. Jacinta, thanks for coming back on.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's any time now. How has life been for you since we last spoke in January for the second time? How's the footy been at the Brisbane Lions for you since then?
It's been really good. Fun.
That's good. So what are some key moments in that time, Jacinta, that you've been at the club since January that stick in your mind? So obviously being in the pre-season starting about a month or so ago and getting closer and closer to games. How's the feeling at the moment?
Probably some key moments that I remember would probably just be camp.
Yeah.
Camp pretty hard, but it was a lot of fun. But it was quite hard.
That's good. So what were some of those things on the camp that you found hard and challenging? And was it a good bonding session, I suppose, to get to know the players a little bit more as well?
Yeah, it was definitely good with bonding because we were all together. We all had to do heaps of teamwork stuff and actually have to do it. Not really like a fun teamwork bonding thing. It was more like a hard, challenging team bonding stuff. And it was basically we were in little teams and we just did team challenges and did it against the other teams. And then we did group stuff, as a whole team. We did a few of them. But, yeah, that's basically it.
Very nice. So how's the pre-season training for you been? And obviously one of the first sessions, I'm sure, as most clubs do, there was some form of time trials. And if so, how was that for you?
Well, yeah, the week before pre-season, I actually got really sick. So the whole first week of pre-season, I was not very good. I was coughing everywhere, sniffling everywhere. So it wasn't very fun. But moving on from that, it's been really good. It's been really good, and the training's there's been I guess a lot of training, but quite normal standard amount. But yeah, it's heaps of fun. It's footy, so it's all fun.
That's good. And I mean, I'm sure, as you mentioned, with a lot of training, JC, that you'd be loving to get into some pre-season official games against other clubs in the pre-season games, and then obviously the real games from round one onwards.
Yes, definitely looking forward to them.
That's right. Now, obviously, last time when we spoke, you mentioned about Belle Dawes as well, obviously being a favourite player of yours back in the day, before you were officially aligned. How's it been training with someone like her and someone that you grew up with as your favourite player and idolised as well?
Well, it was a bit surreal, to be honest, because now she's my teammate, which is crazy. But, yeah, a lot of help. She gives me a lot of advice and help and stuff, and I watch her a lot to see how she does things, and I try and go off her a bit, and she definitely, even just watching her, and if I ask her, she gives me everything. So it's a lot of, it's pretty cool to be able to look up to someone that's in your team as well, and I know if I'm going well around her, then I seem to be going well.
Oh, that's good. Now, you mentioned to me last time that you're more of a small forward and like to play through the midfield as well. Is that the role you kind of expected to play at the Lions at least to start off with?
Yeah, probably a forward pocket or a forward flank, somewhere there.
Very nice. Now, last time as well, obviously you had the helmet, went around with helmet. Is there a particular helmet that you plan to use this year, or are you going to use the same ones that you've always used, if it fits, of course?
Well, I would, but I have to get a new one that's the Lions colours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they're getting more specific with the colouring of it.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, so now last time we also spoke, you mentioned about some good artwork that you do, kind of on the side. Have you progressed in any of that artwork and started to do any others?
I actually haven't, because I've probably been so busy.
But
I've been doing a lot more. I just made this little random necklace thing yesterday, just sitting making it. I've been doing a lot of stuff, but not any big painting thing.
Very enough. That's fair enough. Now, obviously, while you've settled in, who are some of the teammates that you kind of got to settle in with while you've joined the club? I know, obviously, when you were part of the academy and a few of the girls alongside you got picked up. Who are some players that you've kind of bonded with a little bit more since joining?
Well, yeah, besides the girls that I came in with, probably Nat Grider,
Mm-hmm.
Belle as well,
Mm-hmm.
and Jade Progelli as well. Those are like the 3.
Very nice. Now, obviously, recently, I think it was a week or so ago, you had your team photo day, JC. Who was the one that just had to, do a lot of makeup and put all the time and effort to look $1 million, even if they already looked $1 million? Who's that one? There's always some.
Well, everyone was getting into it a bit, but
Mm-hmm.
probably Eleanor. She looked really good. Her makeup was basically flawless, but she did put a lot of time, but it looked really good.
That's good. Now, last 2 times I had you on, I forgot to ask both times, at least on camera, the reason for this. So, what is the meaning behind the nickname JC, considering you're a JB?
So, when I was young, probably about 10 maybe, one of my coaches
Mm-hmm.
just gave me a nickname, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any ideas, and she basically just said, "Oh, JC," and I was like, "Okay," and then it really just stuck since then.
Nice and basic. Sometimes the best ways that happens, and still very interesting to this day. But here we are. At least we know now. All right. So, who are some teammates that love the limelight, the attention, the camera at the Lions that you've found since you've been there, and they can't get enough of it, and they know what they're doing when cameras are around?
Probably Dax
Mm.
and Poppy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think those are the main.
Yeah, without even having to personally be involved like you are there, I can just see from all the posts, Dakota be one, Jade Allinger probably would be one, Jermaine Poppy would be one,
Okay.
and there's a few others as well. Yeah, there's always someone in that spot. Who would you say is the best chatterbox at the club?
Definitely Dax.
Yeah, nice, simple answer. All right, so who would say the loudest and quietest teammates are?
I think loudest would be Dax again.
Yeah.
And quietest would probably be Charlie Mullins.
Okay.
But just talks too, but she is very quiet.
That's good. If you were stuck on a deserted island, JC, with teammates, who would you be bringing and not bringing, and why?
I'd bring Nat because she would be prepared. If she's not prepared, she'd figure something out. And I'd bring Evie because we just make a lot of fun out of nothing. And then who I'd bring? I don't have anyone that I wouldn't bring. Everyone's fun or helpful.
That's good. Now, how was your first day, JC, heading into the club? Obviously, you'd been linked with the academy, so I suppose it would have been a little bit easier than some other people that aren't a part through academy. How was some of your first few weeks at the club?
Well, it was quite an easy transition because beforehand we were as the draftees, we're at the club a lot, like doing all the paperwork, just doing skills sessions. So going in probably first around that time was pretty surreal, and like we all have our own lockers and stuff. We were all like, "Oh my god!" Even though we're in the team, but yeah, it was a pretty crazy experience as well because when we were in the academy, we weren't allowed like in the locker rooms or like their area. We were just allowed in like the noise. So now, like actually our area, it's pretty cool.
Nice, that's good. Who, if you were to mention some players in the team that Brisbane Lions fans could look forward to for this season, JC, who would be some of those players that you feel that people should look forward to seeing how they go?
Like players that are already there?
Yeah.
I think probably Brie Conan. Just really good.
Yes.
And probably Belle through the middle as well, because she's a little wrecking ball. And up forward, I'd say Ruby.
No, it's some decent options. And now you mentioned the team, obviously, last year they made the grand final. Obviously, you were part of the academy and supporting them anyway. How cool was it to see them make the grand final last year? After all that talk, they were saying to people saying that they weren't going to make it, and they made it, and then they won it. The vibes obviously would have been up then. And how's the vibes now heading into another season?
The vibes now are definitely let's go back to back. We can do this. Put in heaps of hard hard work, like bench, that type of stuff.
No, so that's good. So, in terms of like opponents that you've played on, obviously through your draft year, and that you may come up against this year, or some players that may get drafted at the end of this year, who are some names that you were keen to match up on while you're in your draft year at that time, and keen to see how you may potentially go against them this year?
I honestly don't think I could remember.
That's fair enough.
Lost.
That's fair. Though, what are some goals though you set for yourself this year though?
Definitely a physical goal would be to get fitter, really fit, and this goal would just be to debut this year.
That's good. If there was a particular team, JC, that you look at the fixture and you go, okay, that's the game I want to play, or the team against, who would that team be?
I've already thought about this. That would be round 3 versus Collingwood.
Okay, nice. Any particular reason why the Pies?
Just a bit of a men's pie supporter.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and round 3 is good time, and it's just like a segue into.
No, that's fair enough. Leadership. Obviously, last time we spoke, you went in the leadership group, obviously, because you're just joining the club. Is that something in the future, though, you would love to get into, or you're more someone that just goes about your business outside of that stuff?
I think in the future, I definitely want to be in the leadership group. Yeah, I like leading. I like leading like on the field, not necessarily, but just part of the leadership group. It would definitely be one of my.
Yeah, very nice. That's good. All right. Now, this is the time where I bring out some hot topic food questions, JC. And then a lot of people, I don't know what's with people in Australia, they get so worked up over certain questions. Now, for context, only 8 people have said the illogical wrong answer for this first question because there's only one answer. Only 13 people have got all 6 questions correct to how I would answer them out of over 150 people. And the lowest score anyone's ever got, I know. And the lowest score anyone's ever got is a bunch of people on 3. How do you feel you'll go with food questions? How are you with food?
I'm okay. So this could go really well or really bad.
Okay, so we've got to get one way or another. It'll be good. All right, first one, JC. Chicken palmy. Is it a palmy or is it something else?
It's a palmy.
Thank you. Good answer. I mean, I tell anyone that says anything otherwise than that, well, number 1, they're wrong. And 2, I get them to spell it out or pronounce it. And obviously you get the I, no other explanations, just plain and simple.
Yep.
That's right. Now, pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Definitely not.
Good answer. I like that. That's 2 for 2. All right. That's right. Tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
I do both, but right now I think it's in the cupboard, so cupboard.
So I don't mind either. And cupboards, if I had to pick, would be the one. So 3 for 3. You can just nail in this. So you're not even going to be last. Or anywhere close. So that's good. All right. Favorite food?
Chicken palmy.
Oh, there you go. Not bad. So 4 for 4. Good job. Food you don't like?
Bananas.
Oh, damn. I thought we were going to get a perfect giveaway this was going, but that's okay. And favorite restaurant or favorite takeaway food?
Does sushi count?
Yeah, that counts. Yep.
Yep, sushi.
So, to be honest, I've never really had it before, so it's really hard to grade. So I'll give you a point. So 5 out of 6, not bad. A lot of people have done far worse, so that's good. Now, what are some fun facts about you, JC, that people may not know about you? That they may not know.
Let me think. That I bought my dream car when I was 16.
What was that? You bought a car, did you say?
I bought my dream car when I was 16.
Oh, very nice. That definitely is one for sure. Now, name 3 famous people, dead or alive, you would like to go out to dinner with.
Billy Slater.
Yep.
Damien Hardwick.
Oh yeah.
And famous. Oh, I'll say Emma Zilke.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Some decent options there. All right. If you could have any superpowers, what superpowers would they be?
I think teleportation.
I mean, that is save money from traveling, whether that's in a car, on a train, on a plane. It's just a nice and easy way then. And you get there quicker too.
Yep.
Nice and easy. Who would you say the coach's pet is at the club?
I actually don't think there is one at all.
Well, that's a good thing, and that's really what you do want. Now, mark or goal of the year, which one would you rather do and why?
I think goal of the year, because I love goals and I love like the cool goals or like the crumbing goals. And mark, I could do like a cool mark, but I feel like I definitely enjoy a cool goal.
Yeah, I'm like you. I mean, both are great. If you can do both, that's awesome. But goals, yeah, they're just fun. Obviously, you play up forward mainly as well, and I did when I did play, and I still do goal kicking challenges, which you would have seen some already. And yeah, they're just so fun. You get so much excitement out of just kicking goals from the boundary. Well, I do anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're just so good. Would you be one now if you were to get a goal in the AFLW? Would you be one to post it if it's posted, and kind of share it, especially if it's your first goal?
Probably, especially if it was a cool goal, I'd be extra happy about it.
Exactly. I mean, I think people kind of lie, JC, if they say they won't post it, especially if it's a goal of the year contender as well. I mean, like, unless your name's Eddie Betts, you're not kicking goal of the year or getting nominations every year.
Yeah, I feel like everyone would.
That's right. I mean, that's right. They'd be lying if they say that they wouldn't. All right. Now, defenders, I feel like there's a bit more love than what they truly get. Obviously, the forwards got the Coleman, the mids got the Brownlow. Do you feel that defenders deserve their own award, official award as well, in particular at AFL and AFLW level?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think so.
I mean, you see all the. I mean, you just got to look at Brownlow votes, I suppose, to look at it. You'll see the players that make All Australian in the defenders line, and you'll look at the votes, and they're like on 1 or 2 or 3 or none or something like that. It's just astonishing how they can be on stuff all like they've done nothing.
Yeah, I know. And the defenders are like basically, I think, nearly the most important line.
No, absolutely. I feel that they are as well. In training matchups and match sims and everything like that, who's been some of the players you've had to match up on, and how has that been?
As I'm in the forward line, I have to match up on most of the back liners. So probably Kate Lutkins and Shannon Campbell are like hard. They're just hard to match up, and their body work is so good. And even I'm small, I'm trying to get around them, and I sort of do, but they already know. Obviously, they've been playing for so long, they know how to do it properly. But those two especially, is every time I matched up on them, and I'm like,
it's like them again. That's good. Now, game day superstitions. Do you have any game day superstitions, JC, that you must do?
I actually don't. Oh, I probably do sort of. Every time, once I've, that like downtime everyone gets at some point, I usually just get a ball and I'm just kicking alternate foot to myself, like left, right, and I'll probably do that for 5 minutes. Game. So
That's good. Something nice and basic. That's a good way to go about it. Because how would you feel for people that have all these superstitions where they say they have to have a drink before the game, like they have to have it from a certain place, or obviously the machine's not working, or the shop's closed? I mean, you'd be screwed in a way because you have these set ones and you can't potentially do it.
Yeah, because if you can't control it, then it probably will affect them.
That's right. Any favorite music that you have?
Probably country music.
Yeah. Nice. But any particular songs?
I like 9 Ball and In Between right now.
Okay, interesting. Fair enough. Now, obviously, So you made it so far to an AFLW list, JC. So what are kind of your future goals in the competition, and something that you would like to see accomplishing within the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, probably just to be one of like the core players in the team, like one of the established, definitely playing players.
Yeah.
And hopefully be in that under 22 side.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, maybe an award there, some type of Rising Star Award or something like that.
No, absolutely, that would be pretty cool. What's some of the best piece of advice you've gained from any of your coaches through Craig or anyone through your junior level that you've kind of stuck with you?
Just to never cheat yourself. So when literally anything, like you're starting on a cone, don't start a bit in front, or you have to go here, don't cut it, don't run through it. Like just little things, always little things that are just like, don't cheat yourself, even if
No, I mean that's very good, and that's something a lot of people really should look forward to. Now, JC, I got a few more for you, so I really appreciate you coming on. Who are some teammates that you feel like kind of fly under the radar a little bit and don't get talked about as much as you feel that they should?
I feel like they all get talked about a lot, but
maybe someone through your draft crop. Go on.
I think Shannon Campbell. I feel like she gets talked about, but I think she's very highly skilled in football and in the knowledge and in how to play it and in like those tough situations. You know, she's a veteran, so she's pretty good. Yeah.
Knows what she's doing. Now, favorite app on your phone?
I think Pinterest.
Okay. Now, I've heard that answer before, but not a common one. What particular interest does it pin you to that app?
It's just like, dropped you there. It's just like you can make little boards, and like if you have a board, you can just make it on Pinterest. Or if you're looking for inspo for like anything, you just look on Pinterest. Like just things like that. And I always just go on it and scroll and like, oh, that's cute. I can add that to my board for this, or like my board for this. Yeah.
Very nice. That's good. Now, are you one to be scared of heights?
I don't have a fear of heights, but I'm definitely not cool, calm, and collected when I'm up, however high I am. So I think I'm like an average person.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, I can tell you right now that I am definitely not a fan of something like that, and it'd be something that you wouldn't want to be on, at least for me anyway. What's one of the foods that's kind of hard to stay away from, JC, while you're in season? Is there any food at all?
Hard to stay away from. Probably the sandwiches that we have at the club cafe. Like they're perfect size. They taste so good, and they've always got heaps of protein and carbs and healthy fats in it. So I'm always getting them.
Very nice. Now, got two more for you to do, Pressure. So, if you were in charge as the AFLW CEO, so you're switching roles for now, or you can do both. If you're the CEO for a day, JC, what rules are you adding and/or removing?
Rules.
You're in charge. You're the boss.
Maybe that we get paid for the actual amount of hours that we do, because we definitely do a lot more hours than what we get paid for. And maybe a rule I'd take away. I don't really have one. I can't really think of one. Do you have any?
Right. Yes. Do I have any? Indeed. I would like probably the financial part, as you've already mentioned, but probably something to do with like the amount of players I suppose to get picked per game. Like obviously they're one defender and one forward short, I think. So whereas in the men's obviously they've got the whole 23. I would think something like that where you have all positions covered like the men's do. I think that'd be something, and it would also help the players that are on the cusp of getting picked up, selected, to more increase their chances too to get picked. That'd probably be one off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, and one that a lot of the players have been very vocal about, and rightfully so, have seasons much longer than what they actually are.
Yep. And if we add a game, we should be adding another week, not just putting it like on a random Wednesday. So we have to play 3 games in 10 days.
Yes, that too. So when that fixture came out, it was probably talked about that would probably happen because of the weeks and everything like that, and you don't want to push out certain weeks, blah blah blah. Would that be something that you feel like you'd be able to prepare for better, or is it something that's going to be a challenge when that round, whenever that is, comes around?
I think for our team it'll be fine, just because like our training's basically like simulate a full game, and if we're doing times a week right now, I think we'd be able to do like Friday and then Wednesday and then a Sunday. I think it'll be fine.
Oh, very nice. Well, that's a good thing. But yeah, there'd be the rules I would kind of add. I mean, I think it's fair enough by now that that's exactly what the aim is, and that's really what it should be, especially with the season length, because I feel like it just goes by quick without you even knowing it. And it's what, about 12 rounds or so less than what the men's have. I think now it's time to slowly, well, not slowly, to get into the same amount of games, really.
Yeah, agreed.
And then now the last one, the most important one. I know, obviously, we've had you on a few times and you've been in the Lions for a little bit now, but what does the Brisbane Lions JC mean to you, and how excited are you heading into this year?
Well, obviously, I'm super excited. This is exactly the position I wanted to be in and the position I tried to put myself in. So it's very, very exciting. Like, sometimes I kind of forget where I am, which is crazy because that's where I have always wanted to be. But yeah, I'm super excited when the season comes around. Like, I'm obviously trying to work hard really now to show that I can like play and be in the team and stuff. But when the season comes around, it's going to be way like, obviously we actually get to play games and real football, so that's even more exciting. But yeah, it's great.
Very good, JC. It's been a pleasure having you back on, and it's great to finally know officially how the nickname JC got around, because the first 2 times I had forgotten both times. It's great to know it now officially, and I appreciate you coming on, and all the best for this upcoming season. Good to see you get some games early, hopefully, and we'll play the whole year, and maybe another silverware at the end of the year. So appreciate you coming on.
Okay, thanks so much for having me.
No, thank you.